Hello friends, it's Miss Piggy. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to our art series called Stick Together, where we stick together and make stickers together. So each week we are going to be combining two concepts to create a sticker each week. So before we get started, once again, let's go over our values. Respect yourself, respect your art, and respect your space. Let's find out what we need for today. So any kind of paper, blank paper, pattern paper, it's up to you. Some scissors and some drawing materials. So whether or not you have markers, crayons, colored pencils, a pencil, a pen, a Sharpie, whatever you have on hand, okay? And last but not least, you'll need some clear tape as we are creating our stickers. Okie dokie, friends, are you ready to get started? So I'm about to introduce the concept of the day. You ready for it? Nature and stripes. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you some time to reflect and kind of think about maybe there's a certain type of tree or plant you'd like to create today. And I'd also like you to take some time to think about what kind of style you'd like to utilize or explore with. So whether it's a realistic drawing of a plant, you could, if you have a plant near you, you can look at it while you draw, or maybe there's a picture of a plant that you can find and you can kind of observe all the shapes and textures and you can create a piece that way. Or if you'd like to create a more abstract piece, that's fine too. So we're going to be combining some nature along with stripes. Once again, this is very open-ended for you friends as individual artists. The way you conceptualize and take this art piece is all up to you. So whether you want to draw the plant first and then add some stripes, that's up to you. Whether or not you want to incorporate stripes within your plant, that is also up to you. Okay, friends, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna look at my little box here and see what I have. And I have a Sharpie, which I probably will utilize. And I found this dry erase marker, which has a chisel tip. So there's a little bit of an angle, so I might explore with that. We'll see. And I have some little markers here, so that's what I'm gonna be exploring with today. And I'm gonna take a moment to kind of think about what kind of nature I would like to draw today. Maybe you have a favorite plant, a favorite type of tree, a favorite type of succulent. There's different kinds of plants in nature out there. Maybe you have some plants in mind if you were to go to a garden. Think about those things. Okay friends, I think I've decided. Today I'm going to be drawing a fun flower. So right now I'm going to look at my colors and see what I'm feeling drawn to and start from there. I'm liking these colors, like a turquoise, orange, and brown. So we'll see. I'm going to start with my Sharpie. And I'm feeling like I want to create a circular sticker today. So I have this cup here that I'm going to be using as an object to trace for my outline. So I'm just gonna hold down my cup and in my other hand, I'm going to just follow the outline of the jar until it creates a complete circle. It doesn't have to be perfect because we can always refine our lines. All right, so I'm gonna start with this circle and I'm gonna add and refine details as I go along. From here, I'm probably gonna start drawing my flower. So, as we all have different interpretations of drawing things. For me, I'm just drawing circles or petals. There's my flower. And I'm going to be refining lines from here, so. Just adding more thickness as I go along. All right, so I refined my flower, and now I'm going to explore with color. So I'm just filling in with marker. All right, so I added colors to my flower, and now I'm going to explore with adding some stripes. I think I'm gonna explore with this brown marker. And friends, it's up to you how thick or thin you'd like your stripes. So just look at your artwork and see what kind of thickness or thinness you'd like to utilize. You could always start thin and then thicken them. It's up to you. So I'm probably gonna start with some thin lines, and I'm just gonna be going in a vertical motion. And they don't have to be perfect, friends. And what I'm doing is, I'm not necessarily drawing straight through. So I'm stopping when it comes to the flower and then lining it up as I go down. So without drawing over the flower. Unless that's what you want to do. So you could kind of line it up, stop, and then just lift your marker up and then continue your line once you pass the flower. So I'm drawing down, I'm stopping once I get to the flower, lifting up my marker, and then continuing that stripe. You might have a different way of doing it, and that's fine. So I think I filled with my stripes. I might go in here and do a variety of thick and thin. So I'm just gonna play with that and see what happens. The brown kind of reminds me of the wood grain in a way. Alternating, switching from thick to thin. And it's okay to go outside the lines. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some refinement to my outline of the circle. I'm actually gonna try exploring with this dry erase marker, the chisel tip, and just use the flat edge as I go around. I'm just gonna rotate my clipboard, probably. See how that works. Just slowly follow that outline. You could lift if needed and just continue applying pressure to the edge so that you can get somewhat of a continuous thickness. And remember, you could always refine as you go along. So this is what I have so far. And I think I'm actually ready to start cutting out. So I take my scissors and just follow the contour of my outline. Following the outline, slowly rotating my paper as I cut. So friends, I hope you're thinking of a place to stick your sticker. All right, so I finished cutting out my paper and now I'm going to stickerify it. So are you ready, friends, to stickerify your art pieces? Okay, so with your tape, your clear tape, whether you have a thicker clear tape or a thin regular Scotch tape, that's fine. All you have to do is pull a strip big enough to cover your entire sticker. And what you're gonna do is take your strip and just carefully stick it onto your paper. And just apply a little pressure to make sure it's a little flat. And then take your next strip of tape. And once again, you're gonna keep it on flush, which means directly next to it. You could slightly overlap if needed. So this should be enough to fit it. And you're just gonna line it up. And slowly flatten it. Once again, you could use your hands or your fingernail to make sure all the colors show through. Or once again, you could use something with a flat edge. And from here, we're going to remove our tape slowly. So you're going to take your strips and kind of peel them up until they're lined. And you're going to slowly lift your tape together. And once you lift it, you have your sticker ready to be cut. Okay, so remember, you're going to leave a border around your sticker. Okay, so that you could eventually stick it onto a surface. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You could always refine it later if you'd like to. I'm just slowly following this contour. Taking away any necessary tape. And I think I'm ready to place my sticker on my clipboard. I'm gonna find a place for it. Once again, you could choose to overlap or you can spread them out. It's up to you on what you decide. Once again, I like to overlap my stickers. So I'm just gonna press down, apply pressure. Once again, feel free to use your fingers to make sure all your colors go through and that your sticker is secure onto your surface. All right, friends, I hope you had fun creating your nature and stripe sticker. I'll see you next week. Take care.